welcome back, kids. Now we know that we now have learned that sin continues in Adam and Eve's children, but not only his children. It continues to many more generations after Adam and Eve, after Cain and Abel. Sin keeps on going from the first generation all the way to the next generation, and to the next generation, and to the next generation, and it goes on and on and on and on. Okay, so let's turn our Bible to Genesis 5, chapter 5. Okay, so turn your Bibles now to Genesis 5. If you're not there yet, remember to pause this video, flip it, and then play again. Alright? So now, if you're there now at Genesis 5, I want you to spend the next 10 minutes, 10 or maybe more if you need more time, next 10 minutes to read Genesis 5 verse 3 to 31. Yes, Genesis 5 verse 3 to 31. And I want you to fill out the second part of the worksheet, and that is to fill out Adam's descendants, you know, from Adam to Seth to other people, and I want you to name all their names, and also I want you to put how many years they have lived on earth. Then right after that, I want you to color their hearts black if they died at the end. Okay, if they do not die, do not color it black. But if they die, if the verse says they died after that, I need you to color their hearts black. Alright? So I'll be back and I look forward to see all of your answers later. Hi! So welcome back again. I hope that you have lots of fun filling out the names and the number of years they've lived, and also coloring their hearts black. Kids, do you realize that they have actually one thing in common? All of the people in the line, they actually have one thing in common, and that is that the people from different generations all died at the end. Okay, so none of them lived forever and ever. All of them died at the end. And why is that so? Why did everyone die at the end? That's because of sin again. Man continues to sin against God, and the result of sin is death. That's why man will continue to die from generation to generation, because sin will continue to reign from generation to generation. So sin has always been a big problem for all generation, for all mankind. Alright, so let me go on to the next question that I want to ask you then. Can we then get out of this problem of sin? Well, sadly, no. Sin continues to be a problem for all generations, including us. Yeah, we have become a slave to sin. That's why it's a problem. When I say slave, I'm not sure whether you understand what a slave is. Let me explain to you what a slave is. A slave is someone who does not have freedom. A slave's whole life will be trapped and controlled by a master, by someone who is more superior than him. And this master owns this slave. And a slave will only be able to do what the master says and what the master likes. That's it. They can't do whatever they like. Okay, so when we say we have become a slave to sin, sin has become our master. We can't seek freedom from sin anymore. We serve sin as our master, and we will only do what is sinful. We will not do what is good. We will not do what is righteous. We will only do what is sinful. So when sin continues in man, it shows that men are still slaves to sin. Now let's turn to Genesis chapter 6 verse 5. Now in verse 5, you can pause this video if you're not there yet, but once you're there you can play this again. Alright? So in verse 5, I will read it together with you. Here it says, when the Lord saw that human wickedness was widespread on the earth, and that every inclination of the human mind was nothing but evil all the time. Now, it says here that human wickedness means human sin was widespread on the earth. Widespread means it's everywhere. Every corner you go, you see sin acting out. Alright? So everyone on earth is a slave to sin, and the whole earth is filled with sinners. But humans' minds only have evil thoughts. That's what God sees humans now, that all of our minds only have evil thoughts. And this is a very serious problem for God actually, and it should be a serious problem to all of us as well, because sin continues to be a problem and it affects all of our life. It extends all of the areas all the way to our own personal lives. That's right. That's why we are all considered as slaves to sin as well. We disobey God in our thoughts, in our words, in our actions. That's right. Now, I would like all of us now to list down 3 evil things that you have done against God, against your parents, against your friends, or maybe even against your siblings. I want you all to write it down, all in a list in the worksheet. And after you're done, I want you all to pray to God for the following things. First, I want you to pray to God and say sorry to God that for all the sins that you have committed, okay? Second, I want you to pray to God and ask Him for His forgiveness because you have sinned against Him and you've sinned against all the people around you. And third, I want you to pray to God that God will do something about this sin. God will stop sin from continuing, alright? And last but not least, I want you to pray to God that God will change your heart. God will save you and will not let you be a slave to sin anymore, and will stop you from sinning against Him. Yeah. So these 4 points I want you to pray to God on, okay? So that's it for me. And remember to apply what you have learned this week throughout this whole week, and come back for more Sunday school lessons next week. See ya! Bye!